Good morning, Heidi Foy with Foy Real Estate. Happy Thursday, y'all. This has been the weirdest week. I don't know what day it is because when you miss 2 days of school and work, I think everything is bonkers after that. So, yeah, let's talk about that. You guys stay tuned and we're going to talk a little bit about what y'all should be thinking about right now after a storm like this as a homeowner. All right, thanks for sticking around. Hey, I want to do a quick shout out and talk about some of the things, some of the people that did great things for us while we were, I would say, in lockdown, because it felt like we were in lockdown, and it was really strange that it happened at the same time that we got put in lockdown a year ago. So that was weird. I don't know where that came from, but a special shout out to our neighbors, Brent Cruth, who helped us dig out and also brought a snowmobile over to entertain the children. And obviously, my husband, who spent a lot of time in the skid steer this week to clear the roads and clear the trail for the college kids that keep their horses at our house. Also crazy because I don't think any of them could get out to take care of their horses. So that was, I'm sure, very unnerving. So let's talk about, I've had a couple of conversations with some agents in the office about like what they're concerned about with their properties and what y'all should be thinking about if you own your own home. And even if you rent, like these are some things that you should think about too, because it could impact a lot of things. So first and foremost, on Sunday out in Bessemer Bend and west of Casper, there were about 400 people that were without power. I know we were without power for about 17 hours. So if you live in an area that does this, that you kind of lose power sporadically, we kind of do in the Bessemer Bend area, although not as bad now as what it used to be. It might not be a bad idea to have a little Honda generator. So we have, as many of you know, my husband does a lot of construction work, and so we have all the things, all the tools, and all those cool things. And we were able to hook up a generator to our pellet stove. And let's be real honest, we had our priorities kind of wonky. We hooked it up to the pellet stove, the TV, and the DVD player because we have children at home and they can only play in the snow for so long and then they want to come in and rest. So we did watch a little TV in the dark. Nothing else was working but that. And also real thankful for the gas stovetop because at least we could heat water up for hot chocolate. We did have some camp coffee, which wasn't too bad. I'm not going to lie. Wasn't bad. I did run out of creamer, so that sucked. So some other things that y'all need to be thinking about. We did just recently hear as agents hear that the gas company is actually suggesting for y'all to go out and clear the snow off from around the gas meter. Clearly, you want to be really careful when you do this. Don't use ice picks. Don't use a snow shovel. Use a broom. You're going to have to use a shovel to get some of it, but also make sure you're being careful because you don't want to hit any of those pipes. But clear that snow away from your gas meter. Some other things to be thinking about after a storm like this is if you normally have some water issues. It might not be a bad idea to go around the outside of your house and move the snow away from the foundation. I realize that that can be a pretty big feat with the amount of snow that we got and the weird places that it drifted, but it may save you some water damage on the inside of your house as the snow starts to melt. So the other thing that also is going to be difficult, but will potentially also save you from any water damage is making sure your downspouts are hooked up. So I didn't even know what a downspout was because like our water just runs out on the ground. The downspout is the piece that comes down from your gutter, runs kind of down, usually on a corner of your house. Make sure that you have a downspout extension that attaches to that and goes out into your yard. Basically, just make sure that everything that's melting and running off of your gutters is going and is being drained away from your foundation so that it doesn't sink down and get into the foundation and make any other water damage. So super similar to what we were talking about, moving that snow away from right around the edges of your house. I know that there's lots of things that everybody's kind of thinking about now, hindsight. Clearly, if you don't have a generator and you lost power, maybe that's something that you want to look into. The other thing, we are, like I said, we're pretty likely to lose power out where we live. So maybe having some bottled water wouldn't be a bad idea. Um, and I know we've talked about it numerous times. Usually, when the power is out, we have this conversation because we don't think about it otherwise. But would it be beneficial to you to be able to hook your house up to a generator, like a whole house generator in times like this? I just spoke to another friend of ours who lives in KC. And sometimes when they lose power in KC, they can lose power for up to a week for different reasons. So maybe a whole house generator is worth it in those instances. I think this is the longest amount of time that we've ever been without power. So I was real grateful that the temperature didn't drop super low. I think the coldest room in the house was at 60, so it still wasn't too bad. But we were able to kind of keep the temperature around 60, 65 with the pellet stove running. So I'm super grateful for that. I would encourage you guys to kind of get out and take care of some of those water issues before they actually become water issues. And also take note on the gas meter. If you need to get out and clear off the snow on your gas meter, the next couple of days, I am guessing the snow is really going to start melting quickly. There was a lot that melted yesterday, and I imagine that we're going to see a lot of that over the next couple of days. I'm praying that we don't have any more snow. I think winter hit all in one time, so maybe we'll be done. I don't know. For the one person that is watching live, thank you very much. I appreciate your support. And if y'all have any questions that are real estate, remodel, or remotely close, please comment your questions and we can get some people on our broadcast to answer those questions. I'm pretty excited about next week's guest. We're going to have someone from the USDA on to talk about RD loans, and probably have this person on a couple of times to talk about the different RD loans that are available and how you can qualify for those. So yeah, y'all stay safe, stay warm, and we will catch you next week. Thanks for joining us.